My, oh my, wake the kids, get the neighbors. This is an extravaganza you won't want to miss. Welcome into the Farzy Show, everybody, presented by Destination Retirement, destinationretirement.com. Oh my goodness, live from the Steven Singer Studios as we are every day from 6 to 7 in the morning. Last night was the greatest night of my life, and last night, I'll also tell you this, was the greatest night of your life as well. No couching, no kids being born, no marriages, no personal things. It's all about sports, baby. I am blown away by the day we had as a Philadelphia fan base yesterday, and Howie Roseman didn't just complete the check marks that I was tweeting out there for all the people. He didn't just carry on with all the positive vibes that we started for him yesterday. Howie Roseman might have had the best slam dunk of the night. And yes, I know the Sixers played it. Yes, I know the Sixers clinched their series. And yes, I know the Sixers are now going on to the second round of the playoffs again. Well, hopefully they'll have a little bit more success than they have in years past. And yes, after the Phillies took care of business by completing the 4-game sweep of the Colorado Rockies, Howie Roseman slam dunked on the NFL yesterday and had an exclamation point of a night for what was already a great Philadelphia sports day. He made it a perfect Philadelphia sports day by acquiring A.J. Brown to cap off the evening. I was like, you know what, Howie, how bold can you be? What is there going to be a package of picks possibly with Andre Dillard, with Jalen Reagor? Are you going to move up back into the first round and get 3 first-round picks? Probably not. Okay, all right, right back off there. But probably do it in the second round and move up a little bit there. Maybe get yourself a safety. Maybe get yourself Kobe Dean. Maybe we can see that happening today. Second and third rounds going on in the NFL draft. Yesterday could not have gone more perfect. And I know some people, some naysayers, let me just address you guys for a second here. Oh, too much money for A.J. Brown. I don't really worry about Howie Roseman and money because that man knows how to move around some money. I do not have a fear when it comes to that. Plus, A.J. Brown is a guy that the Eagles not only can feel a little spoiled with as a wide receiver, but a guy they needed as a more veteran guy going into his 4th NFL year around a guy like Devontae Smith, a guy around guys like Quez Watkins, and he's also built differently than those guys. So you have a much different wide receiver coming to town to help out your quarterback, Jalen Hurts. I didn't want to go to bed last night. Like, I can remember as a kid, like wanting to go to bed early on Christmas, right? So that Christmas came faster, right? Or Christmas Eve. Oh, Santa will come fast. Like I remember being a little kid. If I go to bed now, it's like the morning comes faster. I get my presents earlier. I didn't want to go to bed last night because I wanted that perfect day of Philadelphia sports to just keep on going. Let's start it off with not just the excitement, but the Phillies. Let's go chronologically here for a second. Phillies, hey, look, complete the sweep. Great to see. Love it. Alec Bohm has gone from I bleeping hate this place to team MVP. It's what it seems like right now. They get the 7-1 victory over the Rockies to complete that sweep. Now they move on to the New York Metropolitans and hopefully take care of a little business there. Have to have a season, a baseball season, where the Mets are good and the Phillies are good, and they're battling out in the NL East. That's what I need. That's what I need to get me through the summer. So congrats to the Phillies on that. Zack Wheeler looked crisp. He looked sharp in that game. The Rockies continued to gift the Phillies runs, and I'm here for it. The Rockies, as I said, they're a giving people. The Rockies are a giving people. Then I'm starting to see the reports. So this is the Phillies win. Then you start seeing the reports surrounding the Eagles. Howie Roseman's making calls to move up. And I'm thinking to myself, good. So Howie Roseman's working today. That's good. That whenever reports come out on a draft day about a GM making calls, I'm like, oh, good. They didn't take the day off. They're doing exactly what they're supposed to. They're doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing today. And Howie always being credit for being aggressive. In the days where I got to interview Adam Schefter every Wednesday, every time there was a name out there, he was sure the Eagles were going to be in on it in one way or another because Howie Roseman doesn't know how to just sit on his thumbs or twiddle his thumbs, whatever it might be, and say, they're not going to get involved in this. And sure enough, last night, I'm sure that he got the hint that the Ravens were going to take the man that he was after in Jordan Davis. And then when the draft started and things started to fall the way that they did, I'm sure he was even more sure that the Ravens were going to take Jordan Davis. And how he said, Ravens, you stay right there. You sit right there. I'm going to trade up past you, and I'm going to get my guy, Jordan Davis. And that's exactly what they did. And who did I want? Who did I want? Jordan Davis, and they got him. Last year, I wanted the Eagles to take Devontae Smith. That was last year. They did. The only other time the Eagles took the exact player that I wanted them to take, outside of second overall pick, Carson Wentz. I wasn't even sure on Carson Wentz, to be honest with you. I swear I wasn't. The MVP year that he was putting together himself, it made me look pretty stupid. But other than that, but the Eagles come out there and they actually selected the guy that I wanted. Devontae Smith I wanted as well. Prior to that, the only other person that they took that I really wanted was Fletcher Cox. And here they are, so many years later, taking the guy that will ultimately be Fletcher Cox's replacement on this defensive line in Jordan Davis. I couldn't be more excited. I know that there's people that are afraid of him with the pass rush and all that. Not that I'm saying this is a good thing, but in this defense, you're not really getting much pass rush. Hopefully this is something that develops, and hopefully the pass rush will almost be an accident. Because let's think about this for a second. Let's just start it out here. Brandon Graham, Josh Sweat, Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargrave, Hassan Reddick, Jordan Davis. That's a hell of a defensive line. Even if you're rotating guys in, that is one hell of a defensive line. Opposing quarterbacks are just going to be surrendering, is basically what it's going to come down to. Yeah, Daniel Jones has never been more excited to not get a contract extension yet with the Giants because he don't want to face this defensive line. Dak Prescott's probably like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't sign this contract. Maybe I should just go somewhere else and play football. This defensive line is going to be dominant. Now it's up to you, Jonathan Gannon. You got the tools, man. You got the tools. Personally, today in the second round, I think the Eagles go safety. I think that's a given. There's a possibility, like I said earlier, that they could trade Andre Dillard. They could trade Jalen Reagor to get another second-round pick. That's a possibility. But I definitely think they go safety today in the NFL draft. And I think that them not going safety in the first round kind of leads me to believe that they're going to go possibly to a safety position with Tyrann Mathieu in the offseason by bringing him in as a free agent. So I still think that's very much on the table. So after Jordan Davis becomes a Philadelphia Eagle and he walks around and everyone's like, man, he's huge. And I'm like, I don't even watch that much college football. And I know this guy's an animal. Like, people are shocked at the size of this man. Yes, he's ginormous and he's lost weight. So now you're kind of sitting there and you're going, okay, all right. Kyle Hamilton's still on the board. Very aggressive, very good safety. Some people had him as like the third or fourth best player in the draft overall. And he's fallen and he's fallen and he's fallen. And then sure enough, it was the Ravens came in and they took him after the Eagles. So you're like, all right, what's the next move here? What's the next move? And I'm thinking, all right, is there something here where Howie moves up again? Probably not. That's getting a little too homerish. But then you see the news come up from Adam Schefter. Blockbuster. Loving Adam Schefter. Blockbuster. Coming to the Philadelphia Eagles. Wide receiver. A.J. Brown. And it was one of those instances where I stared at my phone like an idiot for a second, like, I can't read good. What's happening? And I clicked on Adam Schefter, and I got the notification. So I set the notifications for Shefty, and I'm like, this is a fake account. It's got to be a fake account. Don't retweet this. Don't send it to anybody. Don't retweet. It's got to be fake. It was not fake. Very much real. A.J. Brown is out, Philadelphia Eagle. The story comes out later. 4 years, $100 million, $57 million of that guaranteed. Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, Dallas Goedert. Probably be the three main targets there, Jalen Hurts. How exciting is that? Let's go around the horn for a second here and just see what the good people who are actually going to be involved in all this, how they feel. How about Jalen Hurts reacting with A.J. Brown? If you haven't seen this yet, there was a call made, and Jalen Hurts recorded it and put it out there on his social media. He and A.J. Brown just being giddy, just being excited that them two are going to play together.
Man, what's happening, man?
Hey, let's do it, man. Hey.
Boy.
Hey, let's do it, man.
Say no more.
That's joy. That's excitement. Now, how about this? friend of the show, Adam Lefko, was doing something for Bleacher Report. And he's doing a draft night with Jason Kelce and a panel of some other guys. But the trade comes up. The trade breaks for A.J. Brown. They don't tell Lefko, not only a friend of the show, Philly area native, they don't tell him or Jason Kelce what the trade is. This is what unfolded last night.
There's a trade, and they're not telling me what it is. So we're going to find this out together. Oh, my God. Do you see that? Do you see that?
A.J. Brown?
They traded for A.J. Brown.
Get out of the way. Get out of the way.
Kelce, sit down. We're looking at your belly button.
This is big, Lefko. This is big.
The Eagles just traded
How about that one?
18th pick and a third-round pick for one of the best young wide receivers in the NFL, A.J. Brown, Jason Kelce. What is going on right now? What is going on right now?
Dude, Howie Roseman is working that Howie Roseman magic. That's what's going on. He's swindling. He's moving up in the draft to get Jordan Davis, and now he's trading to get an unbelievable receiver. I'm like on Christmas right now.
Jason, remember when you gave your speech after the Super Bowl and you were like, Howie Roseman was in a hallway closet and now he's out here trading for A.J. Brown, Jason. They knew, Jason. They said, we need to bring Jason Kelce out of retirement. You're not leaving. We're going to pay you $14 million. And now they're giving you A.J. Brown, bro. A.J. Brown.
Yeah, this is huge. This is instantly an upgrade for the offense. I mean, I can't tell you how much this is going to make us better. Howie is he's a man on a mission right now, man. He's making things happen, and I'm a big fan. Here we go, baby! Woo! Here we go!
If that's not all of us waking up this morning, here we go, baby! Here we go! And I totally forgot about Jason Kelce during his whole rant during the Super Bowl parade. I totally forgot about that whole thing about Howie Roseman was in a hallway closet. I remember that Mike Lombardi's some clown. I remember that, some clown named Mike Lombardi. But I totally forgot about Howie Roseman, who was in a hallway closet, living inside a dishwasher box. It could only come out when the sun was down. Oh, my goodness. That was it. That's the real life moment right there. Jason Kelce, when you see him, if you see that on Twitter later today, folks, for those on the podcast, when you see that today, the joy in that man's face is like, I am so glad I did not retire. Because if he did, he'd be right back. He'd be banging on the NovaCare Complex door today saying, no, let me back. Let me back in. Oh. Jalen Hurts has got himself some targets. Jalen Hurts now needs to put in that work. He's been putting in the work. And what I always say about Jalen Hurts is that the guy's work ethic is great, and I want every athlete in Philadelphia from forever to have the mindset of Jalen Hurts, the work ethic, the attitude, the mental toughness that he has. I want every athlete to have that. Now I just want him to be more accurate. The arm strength I can live with for forever. His arm strength's fine. The accuracy is what gets me. Diagnosing what's in front of him, that's what gets me. Having other defensive coordinators like Todd Bowles saying this guy can't read what we're doing, so keep on at him, that's got to go away. That's what he's working on this offseason. You now got the tools in front of you, Jalen Hurts, to go out there and prove you could be a franchise quarterback for the foreseeable future. It's Jalen Hurts' job not just to win football games, not just to get the Eagles back into the playoffs, not just for the Eagles to have a great year next year, but it's Jalen Hurts' job to make sure those 2 first-round picks next year, in next year's draft, are to help him win and not help the Eagles move on from him. That's the ultimate goal. If you're Jalen Hurts, your individual goal is to make sure that those picks next year, you got to make sure that next year you're on the phone with somebody else, recording you on the phone with somebody else, celebrating how that person is going to come to Philadelphia and help you win. That's what Jalen Hurts needs to do for next year. Make sure he can do that. You know how he's going to do that? Understanding what's in front of him, taking what the defense gives him, and improving his accuracy. It does all that. It's going to be a very good year for the Philadelphia Eagles. Their defense has gotten substantially better this offseason. They haven't even added a safety yet. And you already got Hassan Reddick, like I mentioned, and you're adding a guy like Jordan Davis to this defensive line. That's pretty damn good. That's a good day. That's a very, very, very good day. How about a little Howie Roseman on what went down yesterday and getting Jordan Davis?
I think that I think for us, it was just important to get the player. And so, we've been in draft rooms, all of us, where, you get cute and you miss out on a guy. And we just felt like this guy added so much to our team and completed our D-line to the extent that we wanted to go roll into places in the NFC. So, for us, it was just we didn't want to take that risk. Not sure if they would have picked him. They didn't pick him. I don't know. Obviously they got a heck of a player and they do a great job in Baltimore. And it made sense for us.
It made sense. They're all about the trenches. We all know that. They love taking care of the offensive and defensive line, and that's where football starts. Okay, I could not be more blown away. And going into it last night, I know a lot of people were skeptical. But if you look now at the last 2 first-round picks in Devontae Smith and then also Jordan Davis, this is the direction the Eagles fans wanted Howie Roseman to go. And it happened to match up also with what I believe to be the best bet for the Philadelphia Eagles franchise. I know the old saying goes, if you make decisions for the fans and with the fans, you're going to end up sitting with the fans before you know it. I think it's just a matter of coincidence that the Eagles and their fans, they know that they needed some more help on that defensive line when it came to the future, knowing what Fletcher Cox has. Because this move right now, Jordan Davis, is not just a future move. Oh, yeah, this guy will develop into something great. And I'm sure he will. The other side of that is that they needed to have somebody down the line. They needed to have somebody right now as well because Fletcher Cox ain't what he used to be. That's why they restructured the deal, basically made it a 1-year deal, and now they can move on from him at the end of this season. Now they get guys that can replace him and replace production. And that's what they have brought in with Jordan Davis. It's a great move. It's a brilliant move by Howie Roseman, and it was great. I was going to be so pissed off if the Ravens went and got Jordan Davis, and Howie Roseman's sitting there with like more picks than anybody in this draft, including 2 first-round picks, and just sat on his hands and said, I'm not moving up there to get him. When they started to get to 10, when they started to get to 11, I'm thinking to myself, okay, Howie, this is the time to pounce. Because Howie Roseman's not moving up 10 spots for anybody. That wasn't Howie. He wasn't moving up for Derek Stingley. He wasn't moving up that high to get somebody. But he was going to, if something fell within striking distance, similar to the way it did with Devontae Smith, they were going to go up and they were going to get him. And that's what happened last night. That's what took place. Then the opportunity opened up for A.J. Brown. Apparently that was a big part of the call, according to the Titans. That stuff all came together in the last 24 hours, and Howie Roseman pounced on it. They gave up their number 18 pick, and they got a proven commodity. If I'm Howie Roseman, as I said that made Jeff Mosher laugh at me when I said, I don't want him taking a wide receiver. Oh, no, wait, that was about linebacker. Yeah, Miss Guzzi. But anyway. I didn't think that they were going to take a wide receiver. I told our friend Jeff Mosher that. I told our friend Zach Berman that. They didn't. They ended up getting a wide receiver that was a proven commodity in the NFL, and I think that's the better route for Howie Roseman to go. Because I think a little part of it for Howie was, let me quit while I'm ahead with Devontae Smith. I know I got one great wide receiver on this team already. Now I can get another great wide receiver on this team. I can get a 1 and 1A for targets. Let me go ahead and do that. And I don't have to evaluate the talent. The talent's already evaluated because he's a proven NFL commodity. Oh, my goodness gracious, folks. It could not have felt better. Could not have felt better. My only hesitation with Devontae Smith was that Howie Roseman drafted him. And he hasn't really been that strong in the wide receiver department. Wow. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. What a night. What a night. I know there's been days where you've had like the Flyers and the Phillies, or the Flyers and the Sixers and the playoffs, and the Phillies win that day, the regular season game. And you've had good sports days before. But to cash 2 first-round picks, they cashed one in for Jordan Davis, obviously. They cashed the other in for A.J. Brown. For the Phillies to complete a 4-game sweep, get back to 500. For the Sixers, which we haven't even talked about yet, to get to advance in the playoffs, clinch their series with a Game 6 in Toronto, and Joel Embiid put his ears up to the bleep Embiid chants in Toronto, and for the Eagles to cash out on 2 first-round picks. It's a good day. It's a really, really good day. Yeah, yesterday might have been the greatest sports day in Philadelphia, other than winning the Super Bowl, obviously. But in terms of like multiple things going down in sport, Holy pots and pans. I'm just amazed. I'm absolutely amazed. Credit to Howie Roseman for making these deals happen. Let's hear from the Eagles' first-round pick, their guy that's going to be the rookie coming in, Jordan Davis, on his style of play and the knock on him that all he does is defend the run.
Definitely being a run defender is what my bread and butter is. I learned that. That was the first thing I learned at the University of Georgia. So just being a run defender, being stout in the middle, making sure that, I could get out, get off, be an athlete, make a play, just that playmaking ability, and also while being stout in the middle and being selfless, not selfish, because it takes a lot of selflessness to take two defenders so your linebackers can run free or your safety to come down and crack in the B gap. So it's just one of those things that I learned along the way that I'm going to continue to carry with me.
Well, because this city's going to love you when you're stuffing that run, and hopefully you're also getting into the backfield. I mean, his 40 time is off the charts as well. I mean, I think you saw it 1,000 times yesterday, him running from the middle of the field to the sideline to bring down a quarterback that was scrambling and then catching up to him and getting him before he got out of bounds. This kid is going to be something special here in Philadelphia. As I said, opposing quarterbacks are just going to be out there waving the white flag because they don't want none of that smoke, baby. They don't want none of that smoke. Before we talk anything with the Sixers or Eagles, Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Eagles got second-round pick today. They got third-round pick today. They're going to be busy today. I am going to make the prediction that the Eagles make more than 2 selections today. That means Jalen Reagor's going to get traded. That means Andre Dillard could get traded today. I'm going to make a bold prediction here. I'm not going to say this is likely to happen. I'm going to make the bold prediction that the Eagles not only make 2 picks today, I think they make 3 picks today. And I think Howie Roseman is going to continue to wheel and deal in order to do that. So, Howie, keep on wowing us, baby. Keep on wowing us. Let me tell you about our good friend Mike Seibert at Destination Retirement, destinationretirement.com. Mike Seibert is a retirement income certified professional at Destination Retirement LLC and a partner of 1847 Financial, an advisor for Eagles, Sixers, and Phillies fans only. Maybe next year the Flyers as well. Why are you guys messing with your annual income? Why are you guys messing with that and saying you're not going to enjoy yourself because you want to put that off for retirement? The answer is to have income streams in retirement. The only way this makes sense is to understand how retirement income streams work so that you can direct savings in ways that give you the highest income when you retire. Think of it like climbing a mountain. Is the objective just to get to the top of the mountain, or is the objective to get to the top of the mountain and then safely back down the mountain? Going up the mountain is your accumulation phase, and going back down the mountain is your distribution phase. These are the 2 phases of your financial life, and each should be addressed separately. This month, let's talk about college planning. We all know that college is expensive. Have you ever thought about it and how it'll affect your retirement? Let Mike Seibert at Destination Retirement show you an efficient way to help kids, your college kids, your kids save for college and you save for your kids' college education while you can still retire on your own terms. Here's the hint. The first step is to avoid starting growth cycles over again by depleting accounts like 529s for big expenses like college. So don't do that. You don't want to lose your position on your growth cycle and have to start over because you can't get that time back. Instead, set yourself up with the ability to use vehicles that you can take money out of without starting your growth cycle over again. Find out how your annual retirement savings can help your college savings and how your college savings can help your annual retirement savings. Let Mike set up a portal for you in Retirement Analyzer, then use the software to help you navigate through the different phases of your financial life. For questions or to set up a meeting with Mike, email him at gobirds@1847financial.com. That's gobirds@1847financial.com, or call his office at 484-275-6035. That's 484-275-6035. You can also visit his website at destinationretirement.com. And as always, go Birds and play the song. Let me tell you about my man, Steven Singer of Steven Singer Jewelers, the other corner of 8th and Walnut, right there on Jewelers Row, in the love business for over 40 years in Philadelphia. And Steven's got something that everybody wants for Mother's Day. Yes, he's done it again. An amazing 24-karat gold dip rose from Steven Singer Jewelers, available at IHateStevenSinger.com today. This year's featured color for Mother's Day, May 8th, by the way, the brand new creamsicle 24-karat gold dip rose. No better way to tell mom how much you love her, how much she means to you, and thank you for all the wonderful moments and memories you had as a kid than with the Creamsicle Rose from Steven Singer Jewelers. These things always sell out. The whole pack starts at just $59. The Creamsicle, I believe, is going for $69. So make sure you treat yourself and mom to a beautiful Creamsicle Gold Dip Rose from Steven Singer Jewelers. Once again, these always sell out, so make sure you get yours right now to ensure that you don't miss out on this great offer from Steven Singer Jewelers. 24-karat Gold Dip Rose, the new Creamsicle Gold Dip Rose from Steven Singer Jewelers, available at IHateStevenSinger.com. That's IHateStevenSinger.com. One place, one price, the perfect price every single day. That's IHateStevenSinger.com. Now let's talk about them 76ers, ladies and gentlemen. Second half of the show is going to be brought to you by Rothman Orthopedics. No guest today. Just too much to cover, too much excitement. We can be honest. We're friends here, right? We're friends. I had said that I was more worried about the Sixers than I was about the Eagles. I was more concerned that the Sixers would ruin my Thursday night. And until game 7, they ruined every day up until then. Than I was about the Eagles ruining my Thursday night. And as I said earlier, both teams slam dunked it. Howie Roseman slam dunked it, and the Sixers slam dunked it in the more literal sense last night. I thought Doc Rivers' post-game comments were perfect. For someone that just 24 hours earlier, we were kind of goading a little bit there, and not in the positive sense of the word goading. But we were goading him because of the whole excuse train that he was the conductor of when it came to how he's blown 3-1 series leads 3 times in his career. Yesterday, he said exactly what I was thinking, especially in the third quarter of that game. They were all business. The Sixers came out on a mission last night. They were playing this game, even in parts early on in the first quarter where they go down 5 or 6 points, and in parts of the second quarter, they go down 5 or 6 points. I was thinking to myself, they're not losing this game. James Harden had 2 turnovers in the first quarter yesterday with 10 points. 10 points, 2 turnovers. But the feeling I got from James Harden was he is doing something that I didn't think he'd be capable of doing, whether that's because of age or the hamstring. He's being aggressive while not forcing things. In other words, he is seeing what the defense is giving him and taking it. He's not dribbling at the top of the key, one-on-one defender, D'd up well, and then he's trying to dribble, drive, penetrate, and beat the defender. No. He was kicking those out. He wasn't trying to take defenders to the hole. If there was an open lane, he would take it to the hole for 2. That's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about an aggressive James Harden. I'm not talking about jacking up shots left and right. I'm talking about, that's there for me to take to the hole unimpeded. Let me go to the hole. That's what he did yesterday. He had 2 turnovers in the first half. I don't think he had another one the rest of the game. Or excuse me, 2 turnovers in the first quarter. I don't think he had another one the rest of the game. That's what I want to see from James Harden. Not forcing anything, not trying to impose your will on anybody, just taking what you're giving. And that's going to be an easier route and a more conservative route for James Harden to play so he doesn't turn the ball over, and he also conserves his energy as the game goes on. Because trying to beat somebody off the dribble with contact can take a little bit out of a 32-year-old player with a bum hamstring. So I'm going to go ahead and advise that he does not do that. Yesterday, James Harden played his perfect game. That was a perfectly played game by James Harden. Joel Embiid, we can talk about the Phillies winning. We can talk about the Eagles nailing the draft. Can we talk about all of a sudden Joel Embiid's hand is miraculously cured? It's a miracle. That might be the best thing that happened yesterday. Joel Embiid had an over 30-point game, was perfect from the foul line practically, was great from the field, was aggressive attacking the rim, was getting rebounds for you, was getting into it a little bit with, who was the fellow, Scotty Barnes? Kate Scott, I couldn't agree with you more. You don't want that smoke, homie. You don't want that. It was, oh my goodness. Just sheer dominance. Do I sound like too much like a fanboy today, or do I sound like how we're all feeling? Because I think I sound like we're all feeling. But I'm just not used to this much positive energy. Not that I ever look to be negative. Not that I ever look to be negative, I swear. But I just feel like I got to be honest. And a lot of times when you're honest, you're talking about the things that aren't so good. But today, I can't really bitch about anything. This is uncharted territory for me. I can't say in one breath, man, I really hope the Eagles get Jordan Davis. And then they get Jordan Davis, and I'm like, but he sucks anyway. Like, I can't do that. What the hell? But everyone just dominated last night. And the two things that stuck out to me after last night's game, well, first of all, let's talk about what matters, what happened on the floor, because I do have my notes with me, and I don't want to waste them. Can you get that? Can you see that? No? Too bright? Let me bring them back here. There we go. Look, I took notes. Okay. The adjustments in the first. I knew that was going to be something I wanted to get to. Joel Embiid got an early rest yesterday. Furkan Korkmaz played in the first quarter. That was a weird sense of confidence for me. It really was. You saw the Sixers go zone earlier than I really think you've ever seen them go zone in this series, especially. Joel Embiid got a first quarter rest, which I can't remember the last time that happened with great significance. And Furkan Korkmaz played. That showed me Doc was like making some changes here. Whether that was to give Embiid the early rest, whether that was to just mess with the Raptors a little bit and let them know that you're going to be making some changes too. Whatever it was, it worked great. I got to the Harden aggression thing while also being smart with his with the ball. There was one play in particular. Now, at the half, it was 62-61 in favor of the Sixers. Danny Green went off in that second quarter with 4 threes, just hitting it from the corner. And what did I say yesterday? Danny Green's got to hit those corner threes. He's going to get opportunities to do that in this series again. He's going to get opportunities, especially in Game 6. He got those opportunities, and he cashed in on those opportunities. Embiid was strong. Scotty Barnes wanting the smoke. Harris, Maxey with threes. They go on the 9-2 run. They go up 76-67. Then they go up 79-67. They end up going on a 17-0 run over a 4-minute span. The Sixers in that third quarter. That's really just absolutely 1,000% dominated this game. That's where they really started running away with it in that third quarter. There was one play, and I want to say it was in the fourth quarter. I don't know how this was a thing, but James Harden on OG Anunoby takes the step back three and drains it. His step back three gave him, no lie, about 2 or 3 yards of separation from Anunoby. Anunoby lunges forward in an attempt to contest the shot, puts his foot under James Harden. James Harden comes down on his foot. You see his ankle turn, and he lays down on the floor for a couple of minutes. No foul called on the play on the closeout by OG Anunoby. I don't know two things for the life of me. How the hell Pascal Siakam can continuously get away with arm checking and push-offs as an offensive player, and how the hell that wasn't a closeout foul on OG. That, to me, is bonkers. I was thinking, oh, great, Joel Embiid's got one hand, even though right now it's miraculously cured. James Harden's gone. Now it really is going to be Tyrese Maxey carrying this team. And fortunately, James Harden got up, was just confused as anybody. Doc Rivers was confused as anybody. That wasn't a foul. Wasn't a foul, even though it was. Nonetheless, Sixers go on to control the entire game from that point on and never really give you a huge concern as they go on to a 132-97 victory over the Toronto Raptors. Here's your stat sheet. Tobias Harris, a point shy of 20. He got to 19 points, 11 rebounds for him last night. Joel Embiid had 33 points, Maxey 25. James Harden had 22 points with 15 assists. James Harden, this is where it is. Two turnovers in the first quarter. James Harden, 2 turnovers in the first quarter, won the rest of the game. That's a nice item right there. That's a quality item. George Niang hit a couple of threes for you yesterday. Paul Reed had 9 points for you yesterday. Shake Milton had a nice bucket. How about this? Jared Springer, 4 points. 4 points in 2 minutes. That's efficiency, baby. Nice job, rookie. Getting some playoff minutes. How about that? But the tail of the game was really that third quarter where the Sixers outscored the Raptors 37-17. Here was another thing that the Sixers absolutely had to do. There was one huge concern I did have after that first quarter, and that was offensive rebounds. The Sixers were out-rebounded on the glass on the offensive side of things 10-1 at halftime. The Raptors ended up winning that category only 15-10. So the Sixers had themselves not only a run in points as they needed in that second half, but they owned the offensive glass as well, which was a huge turnaround for them in this game. They shot 58% from the floor, 40% from beyond the arc. And that's what you want, 95%, almost 96% from the foul line. So this was a near perfect game for the Sixers. And as I said, this Sixers team was all business. Doc Rivers on what his team was able to do in Game 6.
I told our guys it was the most serious game I think we played this year. Like, there's no messing around. I thought we came with a great intent, and that's a lesson. So, first of all, I'd like to say, congratulations to the Raptors. I thought this series made us a better basketball team. We actually needed them in some ways. We are a new team, and we're still growing. And so, with all the switching and all the different things they did, I thought it was really good for our team.
I give them all the credit in the world. They crossed that border, and they said, we ain't coming back here to play this series. We're going to Miami. From Toronto to Miami, baby. 7:30 tip-off Monday. Jimmy Butler's been on fire in the playoffs, folks. He's been on fire in the playoffs. I know Joel Embiid loves playing against his boy, and I remember them living it up at All-Star Weekend this past All-Star break, and they're chatting and laughing it up and all that. And by the way, man after my own heart, Jimmy Butler, you know what he brought on the road with him? On the team plane with him? No, not food. An espresso machine. Mwah! Man after my own heart. Let's not forget in the bubble, he was making $20 coffee for his clientele. The man loves being a barista. But now the Sixers go on to face the Miami Heat, a team that they've struggled against since the Jimmy Butler era really began on South Beach. This is going to be an extremely tough series for the Sixers. I want to say that they overcome. I want to say that they win. It really at the first game, I'm not going to pick against the Sixers after a day like yesterday. Are you kidding me? But I need to see how strong Joel Embiid can be in this series against a pretty damn good center in Bam Adebayo, who plays a very physical game. One-handed Joel Embiid is going to have problems because Bam Adebayo is 10 times better than anything the Raptors got. So that is going to be a matchup I will be watching with great anticipation and a lot of excitement, edge of my seat. A lot of this is going to come down to Tyrese Maxey, who was just on fire in this series and on fire last night. He had a couple of heat check moments, and it was like, nope, still hot. Usually, he had those 2 threes in the one possession. It was like, okay, maybe we back it off a little bit. But, I mean, he was just throwing up things from almost the logo and knocking them down. It felt like he was going to be able to take over that game in the event that James Harden couldn't do it for you, or if Tobias Harris couldn't get hot, or if Danny Green wasn't going to hit those corner threes for you. He was the guy to step up and do it. And last night, he did it. And that was very impressive to be able to watch that. So I was very excited to see what the Sixers put on the floor last night. Very excited to see what they put on the floor in Miami come Monday night. I believe it's a TNT game at 7:30. Could not be more excited for that. So there you go. Also, James Harden on not wanting to come back to Philly. This is Harden after the game.
We weren't going back to Philly for Game 7. We had opportunities these last few games to put them away, and we just didn't. So I wanted to come out and be aggressive, not just scoring the basketball, but making the right plays and getting into the paint. I knew good things would happen. I think defensively we came out with a great mindset.
Defensively, there's some things they had to work out there. That reminds me, I wanted to look at that one more thing. Yeah. So last time the Sixers got outscored by the Raptors in the paint heavily, and they got beat on fast break points. This time around, the Sixers blew out the Raptors in fast break points, 21-5, and points in the paint, oh my God, 52-38. That's a nice day at the office. Let me tell you guys about Rothman Orthopedics. How about RothmanOrtho.com? Remember the old you? The one that have to put up with a fickle knee, a finicky hip, or a shoulder that no longer does what a shoulder should do? I'm telling you, Rothman has really helped me out here. Rothman Orthopedics and their approach to orthopedics, the Rothman approach to orthopedics, is here to get you back to being you, back to working, back to running, back to walking, back to playing, back to sanding your back patio. The way I was doing yesterday after a couple of shoulder exercises, a couple of neck exercises that Rothman showed me how to do through physical therapy, I was back to being me, working on the house, back to living my life the way I want. and you can get back to living your life the way you want with Rothman Orthopedics. With same-day appointments available, you can start today at RothmanOrtho.com. That's RothmanOrtho.com. Rothman Orthopedics, the official orthopedic partner of your Eagles, Phillies, and Sixers. That's RothmanOrtho.com. How about WinView, the only game where fans can take on other fans and end the debate once and for all? Who is the bigger sports fan? You have those friends and family members who think they know everything about sports? Play them in a WinView contest. See if they can walk the walk as well as they talk the talk. Download the WinView app right now and have yourself a good time. It's not a sports book. It's not daily fantasy. It's a social gaming app where fans can win real money prizes on making predictions of the games that they love so much. So download the WinView app right now. How about PHL Sports Nation, Philadelphia Sports Nation, enhancing your Philadelphia sports fan experience across all social media and blogs? That's PHLSportsNation.com. Let's jump into the chat check, ladies and gentlemen. See how all you guys are doing. It's bumping in the chat today, folks. Bumping. Good morning, Kevin. Good morning, Guapo. Good morning, Marquise. Good morning, Clay, Kyle, Brian, Dak. What's up, Dak? Happy Ken Flagel Friday. Dan Schwartz. Mark just finishing his blunt. Come on. Been waiting all night for this. Howard, what's up? Welcome into the show. Marquise Logan. Wow. I just couldn't imagine yesterday being any better. All Philly teams won, which I didn't expect. I'm happy Sixers proved me wrong. Me too. Clay, Mark the Merciless? What? What am I, Maximus? Maximus the Merciful. Craig, what's going on? Fire, baby. It was hot. That makes me want to do my walking impression. Fire, baby. It was fire, but it was hot. All right. Farzy, you better not be out at 7 a.m. James Taylor, you got to give us at least 90. I say 120. I'll put it this way. We're going past 7. I'll say that. Brian King 100. Absolutely. Happy Friday, y'all, says Jim Grassmeter. One Guapo, trade Rager today, please. Here's what I want to see happen today. I want to see Dillard traded. I want to see Rager traded. I want to see the Eagles keep their second and third round pick in the process. And there's a couple of guys that I'm really interested in here, okay? The kid from Penn State, Brisker, Jaquan Brisker. And then I also love that Petrie fella, Jalen Petrie out of Baylor. He is the higher, I will say, the higher prospect, slightly ranked higher. He is thought to have a little bit more of an NFL mind. A little bit more advanced in his awareness, where Brisker is thought of to kind of be a little bit more of a roamer. Like, the only adjustment Petrie's going to have to make is he's not going to be allowed to roam as much as Brisker in the NFL. Brisker's not going to be allowed to do that in the NFL either, but I'm just talking about the college level. But the idea with Petrie was the idea of going out there and making a play. You go out there and make a play. Forget about play design. You're just going to go out there and make a play. Brisker did have to play a little bit more under control. So that's one knock you might have on Petrie. But when it comes to hitting, when it comes to defending the slot, he's the better safety of the two. Familiarity, playing in your backyard, being a Penn State guy, that's never really something that goes against anything in Philadelphia, obviously. So people want to see what happens there. And I'm hoping that the Eagles get a safety in that second round, and not just a safety just for the sake of getting a safety, but getting a guy that I think will be a nice impact in the secondary for the Eagles as well. Daxton Hill went off the board last night. Lewis Singh went off the board last night as well. Daxton went to the Bengals at 31, and Lewis Singh went off at 32 to the Vikings. So that's another guy out of the Georgia defense. I wanted to count that up, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 members of Georgia's defense went in the first round. That's pretty damn good. That's pretty damn good. Yeah, that's a good day. I will say I was surprised that the Packers went with Walker there, Quay Walker. Depending on what you read, he was like a 80 to 100 ranking, and he went in the first round to the Packers. Who else was it? It was the Cowboys. The Cowboys also reached Where did the Cowboys end up? Them dumbasses. Where the hell did the Cowboys go? Well, anyway, they suck because they're the Cowboys. So there you go. But yeah, I would love to see Brisker go to the Eagles in the second round. Love to see how that happens. I do think the Eagles are going to have to trade up. They pick at 51 today. I think they're going to have to get into the early 40s, late 30s today to be able to get Brisker. And I would love to see Jalen Reagor or Andre Dillard part of that trade to move up. So let's cross our fingers that that's actually able to happen today. That's what I want to see happen today in the NFL draft. So yeah, one Guapo trade Reagor. I'd love to see Reagor be part of that deal. John Cheeseborough, good morning, my friend. Kyle, what's going on? Craig, I'm on fire. You know what you are? You're Jason Kelce. Let's go, baby. That's what you are. That's what you are today. Phillies got a hell of a lot of help from the Rockies this series. Dan Schwartz. Yes, they got a hell of a lot of help, and I'm here for it. I'm here to say, please, sir, I'd like some more, and thank you, sir. That's what I'm here to say to the Colorado Rockies. By the way, during this 4-game series, I've referenced Colorado Rockies a bunch. And it's not the reason I haven't just said, for all the young kids out there, the reason I haven't just said Colorado Rockies with the beautiful articulation and enunciation that I'm capable of, it's a tribute to Bill Giles, who once got drunk off his ass and presented a trophy to the Colorado Rockies on the field. Allegedly drunk off his ass, okay? Allegedly. God bless him. And during the trophy presentation, he said, I'm giving this trophy to the Colorado Rockies! And I remember talking to Mitch Williams after that. And Mitch Williams, who loves Bill Giles and says Bill Giles will do anything for his players and all that stuff. He says, I love Bill Giles, but there were no R's in that in that sentence. And I'm like, that pretty much sums it up. So I'm sure it's on YouTube. You guys can find it. It's great. By the way, there's one thing I wanted to tell you guys in case you didn't see this. Just a little fun little nuggets. I'm looking at my notes from the first round. And like fun little nuggets, you find out about these guys and their connections to some NFL history. Got a little fun little nugget for you in our morning rush. It's a great story. I don't even know where to start, says John Cheeseborough. Good morning, Alyssa. What's going on? Happy Friday. What a day yesterday. YJC, something just happened last night. Yeah, a lot of things happened last night. Eagles now got Jordan Davis. This is Marquise. Eagles now got Jordan Davis with Fletcher, Hargrave, Sweat, Graham, Milton, Barnett, and a new addition in the Son Reddick that can get to the quarterback. Eagles are stacked. Look at the 2017 D line again, but younger. Yeah, damn right. Clay, dizzy. That's a great way to explain how you feel after yesterday. Dizzy. Jim, I felt like something may have gone down, but I don't have any alerts on my phone. Let's just live in this world for a second, because I'm always amazed when I meet somebody who has zero idea about sports. Like, they don't live in the world. They don't live in our world. This isn't for them. And that's fine. Like, I can't go to an art gallery and be like, oh my God, the stroke they used is amazing. Like, I can look at it and go like, that's cool. By the way, side note, let me just get off on this for a second. Whenever I do go to the art museum, which has been a while, I'm always amused at the untitled works. Okay, like, this is untitled by whoever. And I'm like, these brilliant creative minds put that on paper or canvas, whatever, or a lot of things are art now. And they made this beautiful, amazing, creative thing from their brilliant creative mind. But when it came to naming it, just untitled. Like, you really mailed it in there, didn't you, artist? Anyway, that's my little beef with artists. Why does Mark hate the arts? Jeez. All right, anyway. Anyway, I had a point to that. There was a point to telling you that. Oh, but yeah, imagine talking to an artist, somebody who's not, it doesn't have to be an artist. Just imagine talking to somebody who has no world in sports, and you're trying to explain to them what happened yesterday. Or better yet, let's imagine for a second there that somebody was, I don't know, really busy yesterday and didn't pay attention to anything that happened. And they're a semi-casual sports fan. And then you have to explain to them what happened. They'd be like, no way. I don't even believe it. The old trapped under a rock situation. Marquise, I was with you until Barnett. What? Oh, yeah, until you mentioned Barnett. Gotcha. Jim Grassmeter, got to get a DB tonight. Corner would be nice, but if you can go up and get Brisker, I'm all about that. I'm all about that life. Graham, you don't want Barnett as a bum. Barnett as a bum. Kyle. Okay, I see what's going on there. Ben Timmons, what's up, buddy? John, hello again. I think Dillard and Rager and Minshew get flipped for picks. There you go. Forgot about Minshew. Yeah. Safety for Penn State is top remaining on the board. That's Brisker. Let's make it happen. That's like me, Farzy, says Ben Timmons. Brisker question is, does he go to 51? John, no. I don't think he goes to 51. I think the Eagles are going to have to be aggressive and go up. I'm ginormous and live. Ben Timmons just says, I'm ginormous and I've lost weight. Good for you. But I'm not 20. Good point. Or in the NFL. Ben, okay, I assumed. Just want people to call me fat and lazy. Sorry. I'm just what people call fat and lazy. Ben, I'm sure you're slender. God bless you. Wait until Mailata and Davis hit practice. Wow, that's going to be fun. You're right. Jim says that. Marquise, what's up again? I don't care what anyone says about the Eagles. They definitely got the depth chart and backup they didn't have last year due to injuries. That's true. Howard, what's going on? We came into yesterday with 11 picks, and now we're leaving with only 5. We got to be creative with what's left. I think you can still make a lot. And if I told you you were getting A.J. Brown for one of those picks, yeah, man, I'm good. I'm pretty good here. I was watching the NFL Network, says John Cheeseborough. Saints picked then. Rich Eisen said a blockbuster trade, and I saw the Eagles come off, and the Titans went up. I knew right away it was Brown. Good for you, man. Jim Grassmeter again. Compared to the other wide receiver contracts, Brown contract is pretty good. Damn right. Shiloh, anyone have predictions on Flyers Senators tonight? Yeah, Flyers win, baby. Let's keep the vibes going. Actually, I'm going to go and say it. No Philadelphia team will ever lose again. There you go. Shiloh, kidding. Okay. I'm mad at just a little bit because Marquis said one of the Eagles to actually go get Kyle Hamilton with the 13th pick, but can't be mad with Davis. You're damn right. John Cheeseborough. Oh, and Titans fans are pissed. Oh, I saw the video. Oh, Titans fans don't feel too good. Draft and trade were fantastic. That's the PJ. What's up, producer Jim? Kyle, what's going on again? Timmons, what's going on again? Brian King, what's popping? I think the Eagles may target David Ojabo in the second round. It's quite possible. Lefko is the man. We're going to get Lefko on the show again. The wheels are in motion for that. The wheels are in motion. Good to take the Sixers games when they can get them. They come few and far between. Few and often. Jim Grassmeter, no more excuses for Jalen Hurts. Yes, 1,000%. Yes, no more excuses for Jalen Hurts. Only 20 games. What's happening here? Mike McDonald, what's going on? Farzy hosting high school reunions? Wait, what? What? Oh, there's a high school reunion going on in the chat? Oh, hold on. Let's see if I can find this. Hold on. 29. All right, so there's a Mike McDonald in the chat. Mike McDonald gets asked by Kyle Swirly. McDonald, are you the Mike McDonald I went to high school with? Kyle, Abington? Mike, fly Eagles fly, baby. What? Did we get an answer? Mike McDonald, now you listen to me. You answer Kyle right now if you're the Mike McDonald that went to high school at Abington. I don't see Mike McDonald anywhere. Did we solve this? Now I'm going to go the rest of my life not knowing if Mike McDonald and Kyle went to the same high school. God. Now my day's ruined. Kidding. Keep this moving. High school reunions. Dan Schwartz, I don't know what to expect in this Miami series. I'm not going to be too optimistic. Daniel! Dan Schwartz, come on. Mike McDonald, Howie made a jawbreaker of a move by dunking on the first round. He absolutely did. Kyle Swirly says to Clay, cocky assuming you're a lock for heaven. Hey, if you're in this chat, you're a lock for heaven, baby. Mally, good morning. There you go. Kyle, you're very kind. Appreciate you. Charlie, what's going on? What a night. Absolutely. I love the people who are just waking up now. Mark said, I'm going to show ZB how to wear a light blue button-up shirt. Tobin, Farzy, you're glowing. I am glowing. I'm beaming is what I'm doing. I'm absolutely beaming. I remember they said they want multiple front. Darian, what's going on? Marquise, hello again. Rager and Whiteside, bye-bye. Oof. Yeah, it's going to be pretty good. Yeah, you know, you think about it, Jim, that's right. Not only Jalen Hurts can't have any excuses now, Jonathan Gannon, you can't have any excuses. Hey, Johnny Gannon, here's the deal. We're going to go get you Hassan Reddick. We're going to go get you Hassan Reddick. We're going to go get you Jordan Davis, our first round pick. Go make some things happen. Go make them happen now. Raptors fan base showed their true colors. What a bunch of bastards. Let's see. JJ Philly, play that John. Yeah. Graham, unfortunately. Joe killed my parlay last night, says Alyssa. I took the under, but I don't even care. Good for you, Alyssa. Way to think about the team first. Siakam is that dude from Captain Phillip. There is a similarity, except Embiid's the captain now. Actually, screw that. Maxey's the king of the North. Mally, the way the Sixers played last night, why can't we get that every game? You know, it's just a different thing of motivation. Give it to Doc. Please, please, please continue the aggression. Yeah, I agree. I need to see that aggression. But it's like I still got to see the same thing every single day from James Harden. I got to see the same thing every single day from James Harden. Playing within himself, not forcing anything, because when he forces things, that's when turnovers happen. Don't need that. Defense gives you something, take it. He does not have the ability to force things anymore. The only art Mark likes is the art of rolling weed. My favorite for both Dan and Mally, 100%, is like when they don't even disguise it or try to be clever with it. It's like the Norm Macdonald delivery. Yeah, the only art that Farzy likes is rolling weed. Have we found out about Mike McDonald yet, damn it? Pete, now we need to go get CJ Perez as an undrafted free agent. Yeah, let's make that happen. Dan Schwartz. Mark, you are a work of art, my friend. You can't hate yourself. Well, you can, but not in that blue shirt. Looking sharp, brother. Thank you. Don Vito checks back in. What's up, Don Vito? Hopefully Rager is out of your life in the next 36 hours. Yes, let's hope and pray. Oh, you like CJ Perez? Yeah, Pete, he was cool. Real time, what's up? Need $5. Why you need $5? Alex, wait. Well, that's a cliffhanger, Mike McDonald. Alyssa, I mean, my name is Mike McDonald. It's a common name. There you go. It is a common name, that's for sure. That's what's good about being a Farzetta. Like I got a text the other day. Are you related to Kathy? Like, yes, it's my cousin. Like, if you're a Farzetta, you're my relative. That's how it works. Like that, I swear to you. Like, there's a bunch of them in this area, obviously. A bunch of them. There's like 12. And then there's some in South America. That's a funny story, actually. My great-grandfather, Luigi, said goodbye to supposedly this is how the story goes. They walk down the steps in Italy in their little shack of a house. I've seen it. I've been there. It's a shack of a house. Now there's a satellite dish on top of it. I don't think they had that in 1927. But my great-grandfather and my great-great-uncle, the brothers, they like walk down the steps of their stoop in Maida, Calabria, Italy, hugged each other, and we're like, see you never. And Luigi, my great-grandfather, went to Ambler with his sons, one of them my grandfather, and then the other one went to Argentina. See you never. And that was it. So there's Farzettas in like Argentina, and there's Farzettas in Ambler and Philly. So there you go. That's the story. That's my storyline. That's my bloodline right there. But yeah, we're having high school reunions here. Dan Schwartz, I believe, has now changed his name to Spike McDonald. I went to Abington. I was there. I was tough McDonald. That's why they call me Spike. Matt, what's going on? What's going on? Dan Schwartz is a legend. You're damn right he is. So Berman kind of nailed the pick allocation. He absolutely did. Jordan Davis watch. So JD Harrison, what's up, man? Used the pick to get Davis. The 18 wide receiver, they kind of did. Yeah, absolutely. Is the Honey Badger next to come? Still very possible. Mike McDonald, not Norm. Sean Gillespie says, Mike McDonald, not Norm McDonald. Gotcha. April! What's up? Spike, you forgot a change in your pick again. Damn it. Farzy has some strong forearms. and he knows it with roll-ups. You know the episode of The Office where Dwight Schrute is forced to wear a long sleeve shirt and he can't wear the short sleeve shirt? When I have my sleeves down, like in the event that I'm actually wearing a blazer or something like that, if I just have my sleeves down without a blazer, I feel like I'm a prisoner. Like I don't know what it is. It's a tick I have. When I hosted Philly Sports Talk with Amy Fadul, and I would roll my sleeves, I would get so much crap on the internet for rolling my sleeves. But if I rolled them down right now, I wouldn't be able to do the show. I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't be able to do the show. But thank you, Pete, for noticing my strong forearms. It comes from rolling weed and doobies and stuff. I don't know anything. Did we ever find out about Mike McDonald? Wait, is Mike McDonald the guy from 40-Year-Old Virgin? I'm going to Yamo burn this place to the ground. First name producer, last name Jim. PJ, there you go. That Farzy show. What's your last name? We need to know. The only Farzy that we won is the freaky cousin. That's not a Farzetta. She's not a Farzetta. She's from the Polish side of the family. How many times I got to tell you? Anyway. April, Mally, you beat me to it. What did Mally beat me to here? Pete, producer, Jim. First name, Jim. What did I miss? Dan Schwartz, everything. April, he's a married man? What? Oh, my forearms. Well, thank you. Summer, spring means rolled sleeves from Marines. I'm not mad about it. Yeah, I just always roll the sleeves. When I was a Catholic school kid and had the button-down shirt, it would drive me crazy. Maybe that's what it comes from. About to show my age. When I hear the Doobie Brothers, I think of What's Happening. Oh, the What's Happening episode? Ooh, great show. The Bill Giles stuff, man. I'm not saying any of it, but I'm glad you guys know that he's doing all right. He's doing all right. Thanks to everybody in the chat. You guys are fantastic. Much appreciated. Let's get into our morning rush brought to you by Sky Motor Cars, SkyMotorCars.com. Sixers back in action 7:30 on Monday night. So we'll look forward to that. The Eagles have their selections today in the second and third round. I will be at Ocean Casino Resort tonight with my friends over at Jacob Media. I'll be on the Jacob Media YouTube channel with my friend Devin Caney. She'll be joining the show with my friend Barrett Brooks. Barrett Brooks will be on the show. And Gary Cobb will be on the show as well. We'll be hosting the draft show, rounds 2 and 3 on the Jacob Media YouTube channel tonight, so you guys can get bonus me. I will be wearing a blazer, though, so you won't see my forearms, April. Miss Guzzi. Anyway, so there you go. And this is what I got to tell you. I wanted to pass this story along. So I told you guys all along that I like anybody, if Stingley was going to fall, I wanted the Eagles to go up and get him, or even over Jordan Davis. One of the things I've been meaning to share with you guys is this little nugget. Derek Stingley is attached to a amazing piece of history. His grandfather, Darryl Stingley, was a wide receiver for the New England Patriots in the 70s. And he suffered an awful injury in a preseason game against the Raiders. He had to go to the hospital afterwards. He suffered a spinal injury, ended up living the rest of his life as a quadriplegic. He goes to the hospital after the game where we're checking him for everything. And the only person that went to visit Derek Stingley's grandfather, Darryl Stingley, was John Madden, the then coach of the Raiders. John Madden looks around and he's like, why am I the only one in this hospital room visiting this player that's not even my player? He gets on the phone. This is again like 1978, I want to say. He gets on the phone with the New England Patriots and says, what the hell are you doing? Stingley's in the hospital. You guys got to get over here. The New England Patriots are on the runway. They're in a plane, and somehow he reached them. They stop the plane, turn around, go back to the gate, and then go back to the hospital to be there for their teammate. Another twist to this story is that Gene Upshaw, playing for the Raiders at the time, befriends Stingley and looks to Stingley as inspiration for making health and safety protocol rules different, most notably safety protocol different in the NFL when it comes to helmet-to-helmet contact, when it comes to blows to the head. The hit that Stingley suffered, the hit from the grandfather, Darryl Stingley, is now illegal in the NFL because it's a blow. It was a blow to the head. It was a shoulder pad to the helmet. It wasn't helmet to helmet, but it was still a blow to the head. He was a wide receiver going up. A guy named Tatum came up and hit him, and he ended up living the rest of his life as a paraplegic. Incredible story. And that injury is what inspired a lot of the safety protocols in the NFL today because Gene Upshaw became close friends with Stingley. How incredible is that? How incredible is that? Amazing. It's amazing what you pick up, these little nuggets that you would have never known about had a draft not happened, whatever. But that was one of the things I thought was really interesting about Stingley. And Madden being the first guy at the hospital and the only guy at the hospital and looking around and being like, it's not even my player. Nobody there from the Patriots. Preseason game on the road for the Pats. And later they ended up showing up at the hospital. So that was corrected. Guys, Bill Giles is okay. All right. I've interviewed Bill Giles. It's wildly nice man. Wildly nice man. So that was cool. I'm glad everyone's enjoying this little nugget right here. All right. Over the weekend, I'm going to try to do a couple of things here. I'm going to try to get some more draft analysis for you guys on Monday. I'm also going to try to get a Rothman orthopedics doctor on to talk about Joel Embiid's hand. And it'll be one of those things where I have to preface it 1,000 times that they're not treating Joel Embiid, but they'll at least come on and talk about what a guy could do with a torn ligament in his thumb, basically. So we'll try to get you guys some more information on that. Also, it's going to be the aesthetics of this. We're now in a period with Doc Rivers where I had said that if they don't reach the Eastern Conference Finals, they're done with Doc. Joel Embiid's injury changes that a great deal. How James Harden plays changes that a great deal. And I know we touched on it, and I believe it was in this segment yesterday, where Stephen A. Smith said that James Harden is kind of mailing it in because he doesn't want Doc Rivers as his head coach. He wants to bring in Mike D'Antoni. I don't think James Harden is at a point in his career where he can, A, afford to do that for the sake of winning. I don't think he'll sacrifice the idea of winning right now at 32 to bring in another head coach. And I don't think he'll do that and mail it in to sacrifice possibly $240 million he could be getting. So that to me makes zero sense from Stephen A. Smith to even say that. Going up in this series is there's an interesting little storyline here. James Harden coming to Philadelphia gave me more confidence that the Sixers were going to win a championship than it did during the Allen Iverson era in all honesty, because I never thought the Sixers of that era were going to beat the Lakers. That's just God's honest truth. The third best team, I believe, was that Jimmy Butler team. And it's a shame that there was that quadruple doink, and we'll never know what could have happened in overtime. It's a shame that series played out the way it did. It's a shame that Joel Embiid got the NBA poops, as we were saying at the time. It wasn't feeling so good because of gastroenteritis. But this has a fun little storyline to it, this series, because now it is James Harden versus Jimmy Butler. It's Joel Embiid versus Bam Adebayo. It's Tyrese Maxey versus Kyle Lowry. There's a lot of interesting storylines that go along with this series, but ultimately, the Sixers are going to have to try to get past the point that they haven't been since Allen Iverson, since 2001. And they're also going to try to be better than Jimmy Butler, and Jimmy Butler, not just his Miami Heat, but Jimmy Butler's version of the 76ers, which at least got to a Game 7 of the NBA Eastern Conference semifinals. This is a huge series, and I'm not betting against the Sixers. I'm going to learn a lot about that first game, especially when it comes to how Bam Adebayo D's up Joel Embiid. But if Joel Embiid really did somehow magically get that hand cured and is able to put up 33 points as he did last night, then yeah, we're going to be having some fun. We're going to be having some fun. How did I... Oh, Dan, yeah, I did read that Ben Simmons is attributing his back problems to mental health. And I know you're not kidding. I did see that, and I went, oh, my God. And you know what? April actually sent me the story as well. I read more of it, and I'm like, yep, this is still ridiculous to me. Good Lord. All right. So you have a lot of interesting storylines going into this series. I'm very much looking forward to seeing how it all plays out. And I'm feeling, how do I not feel optimistic on a day like today? Here's my overall prediction for you folks. Eagles don't make 2 picks today. The Eagles make 3 picks today. Rager, Dillard, they get moved today. And the Eagles move back into either the 3rd or 2nd round, or they even move up, baby. They even move up to get Brisker. If Nakobe Dean is still there, let's party. And let's see what happens and really bolster this defense even more. But I'm really looking forward to seeing how all this goes down. Be back with you guys on Monday. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Jim Hyden produced the show. This is a Buzz Sports and Entertainment production. My name is Mark Farzetta. After just a thrilling day in Philadelphia sports, so pleased to be able to talk about this with you guys today. For all the people that got to experience it blow by blow throughout the whole day, oh my goodness, good luck coming down from this high. But going into this weekend is going to be just giddy with excitement for things to get underway. Sixers will take a nice long break. Flyers, hey, good luck. Phillies will start this series with the Mets. Hopefully they get some revenge on what happened a couple of weeks ago, and it'll be their first trip up there to New York. So let's make sure that this goes down. Jim Hyden produced the show, did a hell of a job as per usual. Buzz Sports Entertainment Production. This is the Farzy Show presented by Destination Retirement, destinationretirement.com from the Steven Singer Studios. My name is Mark Farzetta. Have a great weekend, everybody. Oh, next week, special guest also, former Eagles running back Josh Adams will join the show. He's opening up a park in Warrington, his native Warrington, that actually opens up today. He'll join us on Tuesday to talk about that and more. Also, Adam Kaplan from Inside the Birds podcast will be joining us on next week as well. Give us a draft recap, and we'll focus on how the Eagles did overall in the NFL draft. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Always a pleasure with you guys. Buddy T-Mac, thanks for joining as well. To everybody in the chat, thanks. You guys are awesome. Have a great rest of your day. Take it easy.